So, Richard, thanks so much for joining me. First thing I want to ask you is about your association with the club, which apparently has been quite a lengthy one.
Yeah, I started back here in 1994 in the under 17s. I was 16, grade
Right.
11. So I went through the 17s, then to the 19s, then to reserves. Played about 50 games in the reserves.
Righto.
Made my senior debut in '98
Brilliant.
against Clarence here, which is pretty tough because they were obviously the powerhouse in the late 90s.
Yeah, right.
And then was lucky enough playing a senior flag in 2003.
Fantastic.
Which was awesome.
Has that been the highlight so far for you?
Oh,
that
yeah,
flag?
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we still talk about it now.
I heard that you had a pretty instrumental part in winning that game. Is that true?
Oh, I was okay. I mean, we won by 110 points.
You won by 110
Yeah,
points.
yeah. So the biggest fear in the last quarter was getting injured.
You're the senior coach and you've got a young developing group. Tell me a little bit about what you've been focusing. What's the focus on with your
Well, obviously we would have been, particularly last year, the youngest side in the TSL. So it's about developing right behaviours to play at this level because it's a pretty good standard. So because we've got such a young group, we feel that we can paint their picture, which obviously benefit the club in the future. So we need to teach them about getting in the gym, their habits on the training track, their habits post-game. So we're a blank canvas. We've still got a lot of work to do, obviously, but we're prepared to keep doing the work, and hopefully the club will bear the fruits in a few years' time.
Absolutely, absolutely. When the wins aren't coming with a group of young people, a group of young boys who are competitors, what do you do to maintain that sort of fire?
Good question, because I'm a competitive person by nature, but when I took the job on, I understood that there were going to be some hard times. So we just have to keep showing them things they do well, but obviously things that we need to improve on. So they're well aware of where they're at. They understand that it's not just going to happen overnight.
No.
So it can, to be honest, it can be hard, it can be trying, but we've just got to make sure we really stick together.
Yeah. So what do you find most rewarding in your role as coach?
I just think when you see a bit of improvement from the individual and obviously the playing group. When a young guy comes to you and says, thanks for your help there, I've developed myself here. So, we've got a few Hutchins schoolboys, and their coach spoke to me yesterday, and he commented that a couple of their guys had, said we are being coached by good people.
Oh, that's great.
So that's nice to hear that sort of feedback.
Yeah.
But we, as I said, we're continuing. We want their behaviours to become standard. So
brilliant.
we know we've got a lot of work to do, but we're prepared to work hard together.
Yeah. And what's the tricky bit? What do you find a little bit challenging about being a senior coach?
There's lots of things. Probably
What keeps you up at night?
Probably before I took the role on, you don't actually understand how much time it takes up. I've got a young family. I've got a business, so it can be quite hard managing all of that. So probably from a time perspective, that's probably the hardest thing I find. And you just got to be careful you don't neglect your home life because you're so focused on making sure people at the footy club are in a good headspace. So it can be very challenging, but I think every senior coach would say that.
Yeah, brilliant. Look, it's a pleasure talking to you tonight, mate. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you. Nice
and
to meet you.
I look forward to following along over the next couple of years and seeing what you can do.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thanks,
you.
Mate.
Nice to meet you.
1, 2, 3, 4.